Hello, this is channel Siribytes. I'm trying to record this video, some of the AWS concepts I did in my account. So using the console, I created a bucket. This is the bucket, and right now it has 0 objects in it. And I created a DynamoDB table, which is basically master records, and it has 0 items in it. Okay, so and using these two, I want to explain some of the use cases I did in my Python program. Okay, so used what I'm trying to explain here. Used storage service S3, created a bucket in S3, want to upload sample sales data.txt. This is the sample data that I'm using, and currently I have 11 rows. One, I'm using it as a partition key, and this is a comma delimited file. Okay, so and the rows are new line, ended with new line. Okay, so that's the one. Using these, what I'm trying to do, the use case one is, as soon as I upload the data first time, sample sales data.txt, into the bucket, my Python program should read that data from the S3 bucket and load it into master records. The same program must create. That is a straightforward. It's not much complication involved in it. But here, what I'm trying to do is, I want to create a second file, which I'm calling it as a hash file. Okay, so that I want to name it with the underscore 000.json. Okay, in the JSON file, the data is a dictionary. The dictionary file, the dictionary will have the keys, and the keys as key value pairs, right? Keys is, okay, the first partition key, which I'm assuming as a partition key, that should be the key. And but for this entire row, my program creates a checksum, and that checksum, it will load first partition key as a key and the checksum as a value. For each row, it generates like this. So as you see here, that's what it is. But if you change the data, okay, if you change the data, I change the data from now to Detroit. So it should produce a new file name with extension changed 00, instead of before it was 000, now it was 001, and now the checksum also changes. Okay, because the row data has changed. So it's simple as that. That's what I want to do. Okay, so using that, what I want to do, the use case 2 is, okay, when any field data in any rows of the sample data.txt changes, that row hash should be changed in sample sales data JSON file as usual. And every time sample sales data.txt has been uploaded into the S3 bucket, a new sample sales data ID hash must be created by my Python program with version implemented by my code itself. Okay, why I'm doing that? Because I'm trying to load, save the same files in my local system too. So S3 has a version control feature too, but I'm not using it. So the piece of code I wrote in my program, it is generating, it is keeping track of the ID hash files. Okay, so whenever the data in the row is changed, the attributes of that partition key must be updated in the table too. So it is simple because the program will check. The program here reads only the partition key based on the changes in the text file and updates only the attributes that's changed only. So it compares the previous hash with the current hash and see what checksum has been changed, and once the checksum has been changed, it goes to the particular row, it picks up that row, it checks the attributes of that partition key in the master records, and it checks which attribute has been changed and it updates that attribute. So that's what I'm trying to implement. It is little bit instead of checking instead of going through each row, I'm just picking the row based on the hash. Okay, all right. So how am I doing it? Okay, so my idea was to automate this by using Lambda. But before automating it, I want to write the program in my local machine. Okay, and run that code in my local machine and connect to AWS using a programmatic access user, and if the code runs perfectly, then I want to implement that code in Lambda and automate it by an event. Okay. Before running the code in Lambda, I wrote the program in my local machine in Pycharm, right here in Pycharm. Okay, this is my Pycharm. Okay, by using both 3 packages, and run the program by a user credential. The user was created in IAM, and he was assigned to a group called development, and for that development, for this user, whichever user was created, that user was given a programmatic access. Simple. For the user I'm using my local machine, as I'm trying to explain, created a group, assigned the user to the group, based what the user needs, permissions are assigned with policies to the group. So the policies can be managed or custom authored. So make sure, but we have to make sure that the user has programmatic access. Why? Because I'm running from my local machine. I'm using that user from my local machine to access the resources in AWS. Okay, in AWS. So that's why I need that user to have a programmatic access. Okay, and the resources, certain resources can be restricted and getting accessed by only you can restrict it. Okay, saying that okay, the traffic from only your IP address can go through. So in here, what I did is, okay, this is the policy that was given. Similar. I don't want to show the entire process. So what I did is, okay, this is the policy that was given to the group. Okay, which group? Development group. And I said, okay, this is the condition. The condition is, okay, any IP address, but the source should be my local IP of my network only. So I'm using that here, such that whenever I'm running the Python program from my Pycharm, so the program can run smoothly. Okay, all right. That is what I'm trying to show you right now. Okay, this is my Python program. As I said, first thing, I want to load the data sample sales.txt into S3 bucket. Let me load that. So upload files. Okay. I showed you this file, right? Sample sales data. Upload. Close. Now. Okay. So if you take a look at S3, it's only one object right now. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is, this is the sample sales data.txt, right? I'm using a Pycharm. From my local machine, I'm running this program, Lambda. I mean, not Lambda. And this local, from my local machine, I'm trying to run this program, okay? How did I, how am I doing it, okay? If you check this, what I did is, I installed AWS, okay? Pip install AWS CLI. I did that, and on top of it, I installed the Boto 3.2. Okay, and once I installed that, I'm from my local machine. I'm running this program. Okay, and if you see this, only one, and if you go to here, 0 items, okay, and I'm running this program from my local machine. Okay, so as I said before, I have to do is AWS configure, and I don't want to do it again. Once I say AWS configure, it will ask you for the keys, okay, ID and key of programmatic access of the user of. So you need to copy those, and you need to give those ID and key here, such that and the area, I mean the region too. Once you do all these three, then whenever you run the program, those credentials, those key will be assigned, and this user, it will check in the IAM, and it say, okay, this user has whatever he needs to do, does he have the permissions or not? Okay, as simple as that. Okay, let me run this program. Oh, no, this is in the main. That's why I don't like this. Okay, let me run this. Okay, it is running right now. Okay, finished code with 0. And let me go back here and see whether it created. See, now before it has only 1. Now it has created this sample file, and this sample file, and once this sample file is created, what it has to do, it has to create the items, right? Okay, here you go, create the items. Okay, so as simple as that. It has all the 11 rows. Okay, now let me change the data. Let me change the data in here. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm changing the data in here, right? So let me delete this. Let me download and delete. So this is the previous file I deleted, but the hash is there, right? Now what I am to do is I'm going here and I want to do some changes. I said no, why, and I did a change in the first row. Now I am to do in the fourth row, max. Okay, I changed fourth row to max. 1 4 I changed. Now let me change the eighth row. Eighth row I say Tata. Samuel Tata. I changed, so 1 4 I changed and 8 I changed, right? And let me change the last row. So saying Lincoln City, I would say Lincoln Park. And I would say Joe Park. Okay, all right, this is what I changed in 1 4 8 and 11. Okay, all the data has been changed. Let me save all. Okay, and now I will upload this file. Upload, add file here. Let me check. Okay, right here, and upload. Okay, now close. If you check it here, the two files in here, sample sales data and 000.json, right? So let me refresh it. Okay, let me run the program again. So what it has to do now, it has to produce a second ID hash file with what? With 00 instead of 000 here, it has to say 001. Okay, let me run the program. All right, run it. There you go, 0. Okay, now let me go to the program. Let me go to the JSON. S3 bucket and say refresh. Okay, now it produced 2, second one. So let me download these two. Now if you look at the downloads, I don't have anything except the previous, right? So now what I'm trying to download is, this is the previous. Let me add a 0 to it. So we have a distinction of, okay, the previous and the current. So now I'm going back to here and download all three. Download. 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 Okay, I download all the 3 files. Okay, now let me open these 3 files such that we can compare. Okay. Okay, if you look at here, this is 0, this is 1, right? Let me open the hash files too. There you go. me make sure that it fit all. Okay. There you go. Alright. So if you look at here, we changed the first one, right? This is the previous and this is the current. So if you look at here, okay, here, 0 Detroit and 1 is now Y. So if you look at both, this is the previous and this is the current. One should changed. Okay, there you go. The 1 is changed right here. The 2, did the 2 change? No. 2 is the same. Did the 3 changed? No, the 3 is the change. 3 did not change. Did the 4 changed? Yeah, the 4 has been changed. Look at that. 4 has been changed. But did the 3 change? Did the 3 key value pair change? No. But the 4 changed. Yes. 5 did not change. B. And 6 did not change. 7 did not change. 8, yes, it changed. There you go. 8. So 9, and this one is this one. Okay, 9, did the 9 change? Nope. 9 did not change. Key value pairs I'm talking about. Did the 10 got changed? No, but the 11 got changed. Right? So as simple as that. So 11 has been changed. So now if you take a look on the top, 1 changed, 2 did not change, 3 did not change, 4 got changed, 5 did not change, 6 did not change, 7 did not change, 8 got changed, 9 did not change, 10 did not change, and 11 changed. Okay, so and if you go back to the items, then one should change, one data should change based on, because the row data has changed. So if you take a look, see here, now Y, and the number 4, where is 4? Right here. So here we changed what? We changed number 4, the data are 4. Okay, says New York East, Mark, yes, and what did we change number 4? Let me take a look. The data. Okay, what did we change here? Number 4, Jack Max. Instead of Maxwell, we change it to Max. Okay, so if we go here, Max. Okay, if I come back and say what did I change in number 8, I said 8, I said Samuel Tata. I changed both the first name and the last name. And 11, I changed the first name. Okay, let me go back and check. Okay, 11th, yeah. Okay, the 11th, if you check the row 11, this is the row, and I said Park and Joe Park. Okay, and the 8th, okay, this is the 8th. If you check it here, Samuel Tata. Okay, alright, so this is what I did in my Python program, which I ran from my local machine. Okay, so keep tuning in, In the next video, what I want to show you is I want to automate this process by creating an S3 event, and once the S3 event is created, that S3 event generated, once the S3 event is generated by uploading once I upload the data file, txt file into the S3, based on that event, automatically I want to, that data should be uploaded instead of me running from my local machine. So what I have to do is the program that I wrote here, I have to recreate this program in Lambda. Okay, so please tune in for the next video too. Thank you for watching this channel. This is Siri Bytes again. Thank you.